Mhm. Hello students, today our topic is about the virtualization. See, virtualization is one of the key and important thing which will be often takes place in the software fields. And also let's start with the clear and its explanation. Let's start first with the introduction to the virtualization. Virtualization is a fundamental technology that allows you to create multiple simulated environments or dedicated resources from a single physical hardware system. By using the software abstraction layer, virtualization separates the physical hardware components such as the CPU, memory, storage, and networking modules from the operating systems and applications that run on the top of them. Before virtualization, organizations were bound to the one server, one application model. This approach typically resulted in the massive underutilization of expensive physical servers, with hardware often running at only 10% to 15% of total capacity. The core component, the hypervisor, note it down, the hypervisor. At the heart of any virtualization environment, it is a thin software layer known as the hypervisor or virtual machine monitor VMM. The hypervisor acts as a traffic controller, dynamically partitioning the underlying physical hardware resources and presenting them to isolated environments called VMs, virtual machines. There are types of virtual machines. The types of virtualizations. Virtualization extends far beyond just running multiple computer systems on a laptop. Depending on the level of abstraction required, it is categorized into several primary types. A hardware or server virtualization. This is the most common form of virtualization. A hypervisor abstracts physical server components to allow multiple guest operating systems (VMs) to run concurrently on a single host machine. Type 1. Bare metal hypervisor. It runs directly on the host physical hardware. They offer excellent performance and are used extensively in modern corporate data centers and enterprise cloud environments. Example: VMware ESXi, Microsoft Hyper-V, KVM. Type 2. Hosted hypervisors. It runs as an application layer on top of an existing operating system. They are ideal for personal use, software development, and localized sandbox testing. Example: Oracle VirtualBox, VMware Workstation. Network virtualization. It combines physical network resources, switches, routers, firewalls into a single software-based administrative entity. This lets the administrators provision, scale, and adjust network topologies completely through code, often referred to as software-defined networking or SDN. Storage virtualization. It pools physical storage capabilities from multiple network storage devices into what appears to be a single uniform storage unit. This simplifies backup, archiving, and recovery operations across complex infrastructures. Desktop and application virtualizations. Desktop virtualization (VDI) separates a desktop environment from the physical machine, hosting it on a centralized server. Instead, users log into their complete digital workspace remotely from thin clients. Application virtualization. It encapsulates an application, separating it from the underlying OS so it can run smoothly across the mismatched host systems without conflicts. Importance of the virtualization. We often don't know that what is its importance of the virtualization. What is the importance of this virtualization? Virtualization serves as the foundational architectural pillar architectural pillar for modern cloud computing platforms like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. Without it, on-demand, highly flexible delivery of remote cloud resources would be completely impossible. Why it matters in the modern era? See, the virtualization detaches your computational workload from physical geography. Instead of spending weeks manually procuring, mounting, cabling, and configuring a brand new physical chassis every time a project expands. You can spin up a fully isolated virtual server with customized parameters in a matter of a few clicks. The strategic operational importance. It enables rapid multi-tenancy, infrastructural agility, environment isolation. The first one, and enables rapid multi-tenancy. It allows the public cloud vendors to securely host thousands of completely unrelated customers on shared computing hardware. Infrastructure agility. It enables automated systems to dynamically add or remove resources. That means auto scaling based on the real-time internet web traffic demands. Environment isolation. It protects operational setups. If a single guest VM crashes or falls victim to malware, all other VMs on the same hardware continue operating unaffected. The advantages of the VMs or the virtualization. Adopting virtualization brings deep financial, operational, and ecological benefits to an organization. Here's a table which is stating the advantage category and the core impact and details. Massive cost reduction. Fewer fiscal boxes means less money spent upfront on server hardware, network racks, and complex storage arrays. It also substantially drops utility bills for facility, power, and cooling infrastructure. Resource maximization drastically drives up resource utilization rates. Fiscal server loads shift from an inefficient 10 to 15% to a highly optimized 70 to 80% capacity threshold. Disaster recovery and redundancy. Virtual machines can snapshotted, clone, and migrated live from one physical host to another without downing the service. Hardware fails, VMs migrate smoothly to healthy nodes. Fast deployment times. Instead of waiting days, delivery, physical delivery timelines, new server instances can be systematically provisioned from pre-configured golden images in seconds. Eco-friendly operations. Eco-friendly operations are the consolidating heavy equipment footprint inherently decrease the global corporate data center carbon emissions and electronic waste create. Why is virtualization used? See, we often do not have any idea why it is being used. Organizations and developers leverage virtualizations across a diverse practical scenarios to achieve goals that traditional physical machines cannot support. Legacy application compatibility. That means the companies often rely on older software. For modern operating systems, virtualization lets them run outdated environments like Windows 7 or older Linux kernels inside a secure container on modern hardware. Safe sandboxing and security testing. See, security researchers can intentionally execute suspicious malware or unknown attachments inside an isolated VM. If the environment is compromised, researcher can instantly roll back to clean snapshot without risking the host system. Cross-platform software development. Developers working in Windows laptop, sometimes they have to test or they want to work in the Ubuntu or the Mac OS. The cloud multi-tenancy. It allows a commercial data centers to slice large-scale processing units into hundreds of microservers, leasing them out to independent clients safely and affordably. See, here's a small note which is provided by us, which helps you to understand the structural workflow, the physical hardware componentry, hypervisor isolation abstraction, independent guest operating systems, VMs. This is the clear understanding table which helps you to understand how the virtualization is done in a hardware. Virtualization is a key and important thing in today's world. See, the working professionals in the software industry or the engineers, they often have to work on the particular software or the developing of a application or for the testing. See, the developers develops a particular module. They have to develop, if a person is having the Windows OS, that application has to be run on the Ubuntu, Linux, Mac OS and many more OSs. At that time they uses this virtualization. By this virtualization, at a time they can work on the different OS platforms like the Ubuntu OS, Mac OS, Unix OS, Linux OS, Windows also. When it comes to the testing, the same thing happens. For applications also it is used, for hardware components, for the hardware testing, application, desktop, in any aspect, in every aspect, the virtualization is used. Okay, thank you. That's all for today.